Hello, I'm Leigh-Chantelle from VivaLaVegan.net, and I'm going to talk to you today about the benefits of veganism. There are many people who decide to be vegan or vegetarian list many different reasons that they do. For myself, it's for the animal rights and ethical issues, because I personally think we were put on this universe to educate people and to look after everyone that is on this universe instead of making money from them and profiting from people's suffering. I think that is atrocious, and I think that we should do everything in our power to stop these things from happening. And I personally think that as consumers we have a choice, and as consumers we have a voice. And by buying a certain product or not buying a certain product, you are saying to that producer, to that company, I agree with your ethics, or I don't agree with what you're doing and how you're treating the world, how you're treating the beings within the world. So that's just my opinion anyway. But yeah, I think by buying certain things that are either organic, locally produced, locally owned, no suffering, and that includes human suffering as well. That includes, not buying cheap things just because they're made in China, and everything seems to be outsourced nowadays as well, which is becoming a bit more of a problem as well. But anyway, benefits of veganism, there's many, and most people list animal rights and welfare concerns, environmental and sustainable living, ethical and moral reasons, health issues, spiritual and religious beliefs, and weight loss or control. And I guess the weight loss and control thing is quite a big thing nowadays, because I'm in Brisbane in Australia, and Australians have just been voted the most obese country, and that's pretty full on in comparison to the States. So we need to do something about this, I think. We need to educate people about what is good and what's not, and I do think a lot of people aren't really educated. I do think a lot of people believe in what the media tells them, believe in what the adverts on television are saying, and that you can have McDonald's every night of the week if you want to, and if you go to McDonald's, your kids are going to be so excited because they get those little stupid plastic toys that are made in China, which can be cool, I guess, but I don't know, I tend to think of things in everything, what this little thing can contribute to that, which contributes to that, which contributes to that. So I think we need to take more responsibility for our purchases and what we believe in. And I guess with the weight loss, you're not eating, when you're a vegan, or at the very least a vegetarian, you're not having as much saturated fat, which all animal products have saturated fat in them. And if you think also from a health or spiritual, I guess, perspective, if you're eating something that has been, completely scared out of its wits just before it dies, you're eating that anger, you're eating that hurt, you're eating all those things, and you're harbouring that inside you and within you. And over time, I really think that does something to someone. Anger, you can just see people that are angry and people that aren't. And I do think a lot of vegetarians and vegans are quite more, I don't know if you would say less angry, because I guess some of them are, because we're up against a lot of people, but maybe they know how to direct it, or they don't necessarily take it out on everyone. But anyway, that's my opinion. The moral and the religious aspects of veganism are that we're here on this universe, and we're meant to be looking after the universe and the beings within it, from a spiritual, from a Buddhist, from a Hindu perspective. You're looking after what's on this universe. The environmental issues, the sustainable issues are so full on at the moment. Everyone's heard about saving water, climate control and all these things, and no one really seems to be focusing on the vegan aspects or the vegetarian aspects of it, which I think people should.